In the ancient Garo Hills, there is a story the elders whisper at night, the story of Saljong, a man bound by blood but broken by love. It all began when the rains touched the bamboo forests and the winds carried secrets through Wari. Saljong was born in the village of Azel, where the hills rolled like gentle waves and the dense forest of Nakrek stretched wide and dark. His father was the Nakma, a man of unyielding pride and ancient wisdom, whose voice could stir the rhythm of the Wangala drums, and whose shadow commanded respect. The air in Azel was thick with the scent of wet earth and burning firewood. Children laughed as they chased each other under towering ball trees, while the elders sat weaving baskets and sharing stories by the warm glow of the hearth. Every dawn, Saljong's mother would stir the steaming pot of rice, the meal that nourished them through the long days. The river cheering gurgled nearby, cool and clear, carrying the song of the mountains. The smell of mai, the sweet rice beer, would drift from the small huts where the young men gathered to celebrate the harvest, laughter mingling with the distant calls of the dakru settling on their nest. Saljong, strong and full of life, was the eldest of three siblings, his heart steady as the hills, his spirit wild as the Mikal monkeys darting through the branches. Saljong loved Dingsum, whose laughter was like the spring rain on thirsty leaves, her eyes bright as the morning sun piercing the forest canopy. But their love was shadowed by the iron grip of blood ties and tradition. The Nakma's rules were as stern as the mountain stones. Sun was bound to honor his lineage, and forbidden were the desires that fractured the woven fabric of the clan. It was during the festival of Wangala, when drums echoed like thunder and the scent of burning incense filled the air, that the first shadow crept into Saljong's life. He noticed a change in his father's eyes, cold, distant as the night sky without stars. The village murmured of old curses, whispers of might stirring deep within the forest, ancient spirits angered by forgotten transgressions. One evening, while the village feasted and danced under the silver gaze of the moon, Saljong heard a voice carried on the wind, soft yet urgent. "Beware," it seemed to say, "for the blood shall bind, but the heart will break." The words haunted him like a ghost, carried on the rustle of bamboo leaves and the sigh of cheering's waters. Talk of a rising curse grew, told in hushed tones around fires where shadows leapt and flickered. The Nakma's health began to fail. His breath shortened like the fading daylight, his eyes clouded as if veiled by unseen fog. The village's peace frayed at the edges, and Saljong felt a cold knot tighten within his chest. The love he held for Dingsum could not soften the fierce demands of blood. The Nakma forbade their union, fearing a darkness that could undo the clan. One day, as Saljong ventured into the depths of Wari, the ancient forest where legends slipped through mist and shadow, he stumbled upon Ronkalo Cave. The air grew heavy, smelling of damp stone and earth's ancient breath. The cave was whispered to be a place where spirits dwelled, where human and might could cross paths. As he stepped inside, a chill wrapped around him like a shroud, and from the darkness emerged a Makrik's eyes, gleaming with spectral light. The leopard's gaze pierced Saljong's soul, and he felt a voice rise within, an ancient call he could neither ignore nor escape. The leopard, a guardian spirit trapped between worlds, spoke of a curse bound by blood and a love that defied the gods. Saljong was told that unless he severed the bonds of his forbidden love, the curse would consume them all, breaking the village and drowning it in sorrow. Tormented, Saljong returned to Azel with shadows trailing his every step. His dreams were haunted by visions of Dingsum fading into mist, her voice carried away by the wind like a dying song. The river cheering's gentle laughter turned to an eerie silence, and even the chirping of the dakru seemed to falter in the night. His heart a battlefield, Saljong was torn between the unyielding duty to his blood and the fierce ache of his love. When word came that his father's days were numbered, the Nakma summoned him. His voice was thin yet carried the weight of mountains. "Son," he said, "the blood of our ancestors runs through your veins, but love like yours can unbind the very roots of our clan. Sacrifice is the path to save Azel." Saljong's hands trembled as he looked into the eyes of the woman he loved, her face pale under the gaze of the full moon. To stay together meant certain doom. To separate was to shatter his own soul. The village watched in silence, the night thick with unshed tears and unspoken prayers. Torches flickered like restless spirits as Saljong chose the impossible. In the heart of the forest, beside a pool dark as ink, he let go. With tears falling like the first rain of the season, he whispered farewell to Dingsum, the wind carrying her name through the bamboo. The curse lifted, but so did the light from their world. Dingsum vanished into the mists, a ghost of love lost, bound forever in sorrow. The Nakma's health returned, the village breathed anew. But Saljong's eyes remained distant, haunted by the price paid in silence. To this day, in the bamboo groves of Azel, when the wind hums through the leaves and the